Did the engineers create the Xenomorph? Alien Covenant, though it implies David is the creator of the Xenomorph, it does leave it somewhat ambiguous. Whether this ambiguous nature is something that Fox wanted, so they are able to go back and retcon things that the fans responded to poorly, or a decision the writers and director made to leave it open for a reveal further down the line isn't known. There are a few contradictory elements, however, and we need to consider these when exploring this, and ultimately, these need to be taken into account when coming to a conclusion. A lot of people reference the wall in Prometheus when arguing that the engineers had to have known about the Xenomorph. This mural displays a Xenomorph-like creature, though many would argue it clearly displays a fully formed Xenomorph. This is another of those elements that was left ambiguous, and you only need to check the forums or the comments section of any videos discussing it to see that many view what the mural is displaying as something different entirely. Some see a deacon, where others see a Xenomorph, and some even see an alien queen. We know from the set that the mural does have some facehugger-like creatures on it, with humanoids sacrificing themselves. However, what we see in the film does not show this. Instead, what we are presented with is a Xenomorph-like creature. The other argument people make when discussing this is that the novelization of Alien Covenant has dialogue to show the engineers created the alien egg. The overmorph we see in David's lab is in fact a relic from the engineers, and David merely stumbled across it. However, of course, the book status in canon is questionable, due to the fact it is based off an earlier draft of the script and not the final product we received on film. One of the more recent pieces of evidence to consider in this argument actually came out with Alien Covenant home release. The Blu-ray and digital download extras feature a scene called Advent, where we learn more about David's experiments, what he did to Shaw, what the black substance is, and the engineers. In this video, David discusses the black mutagen, categorizing it as an advanced form of radical AI, with an evolutionary algorithm. This seems to show that the engineers who created this weapon coded it to follow a certain evolutionary path, hence resulting in Xenomorph-like creatures such as the Neomorph and the specimens that are in David's lab. This also explains the mural in Prometheus. The mural, a backdrop to the canister chamber, depicts what they are coded for, Xenomorph-like creatures. Though David does state in this video that using Shaw he achieved a unique reaction, unlocked new properties and thus found his wolf. In one fell swoop, again, we get the implication that David created the Xenomorph we know and love, especially the end of Advent where he states his creatures will be set loose to rule the galaxy. The argument can be made, however, that the engineers ultimately were the origin of this. Due to the fact of the matter, they were the creators of the mutagen in the first place. And of course, due to this being a deleted scene, the argument can also be made that this is not canon either. Until we receive the follow-up movie and conclusion to the prequels, we can't be certain who created the Xenomorph, David or the engineers, which was a smart move by Fox or the writers, leaving it open to react to the backlash and correct any mistakes they may have made. And of course, plenty of people throw the argument that the engineers must have created the Xenomorph due to the derelict ship. Now, this is a fair argument, but the derelict was never dated, and the age is a throwaway line said by essentially space truckers, not geologists, so it's highly possible they did get it wrong. However, what do you guys think? Who created the Xenomorph? Was it the engineers or was it David? And of course, who do you hope created the Xenomorph? My personal hope is that the Xenomorph was an ancient creature that the engineers discovered, taking the aliens' evolutionary code and then used that to create the AI in the form of the black goo, an advanced weapon. But I think my hopes will unfortunately be dashed to one side. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section, and if you did enjoy this video then please consider leaving it a like and subscribing to the channel for more in the future. If you think this video is worth it and you want to support the channel, then please head on over to my Patreon page, the link is in the description box. I've been Mr. H, and until next time, I'll catch you in the comments section.